Alright, hello everyone and welcome! Darkside Phil here, and welcome to today's gameplay stream. Today is Thursday, March 16th, 2017. We got a new piece of fan art here on the pre-stream from Popsicolo. I want to say thank you to Popsicolo, who took the CDI Zelda games and turned them into a funny piece of fan art. Pretty awesome. Today's a continuation of Zelda Breath of the Wild here live on the stream. About 4+ hours of new gameplay for you. I will say this. I don't know if anyone's been confused who watches this pre-stream on YouTube. For those of you who are live on the stream, obviously you won't have any confusion. But for those who actually watch this live on YouTube, you may have a little bit of confusion. And the reason I say that is because I've been uploading the pre-stream for whatever day it actually is to YouTube. But especially with the Zelda playthrough, I've basically staggered the Zelda playthrough by about a day. So that way it entices people to come to my Twitch TV channel to watch the archive, which is of the latest gameplay. But if you're following along the Zelda playthrough on YouTube, then it's usually about a day behind where the stream is, okay? So you might be hearing on pre-stream all this stuff, but then you look on YouTube and it's not there. You're like, I don't get it. Phil said he was gonna, he was at this point in Zelda, and then I watched the videos and he's not, or whatever. Well, that's why that's happening, okay? So hopefully this not too confusing. Being that I cannot monetize the Zelda playthrough on YouTube, it's not a huge deal to me. I'd rather have people come to the Twitch channel and watch the archives on Twitch and sub to Twitch and all of that, which is why I'm doing it like that, okay? So, right now it's going to be 4 hours of Zelda on stream. I'm very excited. As you know, I've been playing Zelda for about a week and a half now, and I love the game. At this point today, for those who have not been caught up on the playthrough yet, we're starting with Death Mountain. I arrived at the Goron City yesterday, and I'm basically investigating all around the Goron City area right now for shrines and the like, and then I'm probably going to begin with the Death Mountain questing and try to take on that Divine Beast today. So yeah, we'll have our second Divine Beast here live on stream today. Should be pretty fun. Oh, thank you to Marky117, who just did a 90-bit cheer and said okay, and then showed the picture of me with my snore-resistant head strap on. It's a very sexy picture, and many women have swooned at the sight of this emote. So, very smart of Marky to be using that. It will attract the females to him, obviously. That's what the point that I made it an emote for, okay? So, yes, that's going to be today. St. Auntie just said in the stream chat, make sure to talk with everyone in that Goron City, because there are side quests to collect. I shall. In fact, I think I already opened up 2. But I'm not sure if more will open up now that I saved the guy that was trapped in the cave, so. Okay. So that's the deal, folks. That's what's going to happen on stream. Later tonight will be the continuation of Danganronpa. Let me tell you, I started this game last night. By the way, Danganronpa will be one of these offline playthroughs. It will not be live streamed. That way it avoids spoilers, and I'll be hyper-focused on the game, okay? So I'm playing more of that tonight. Started it up yesterday, and a lot of people have said, well, what do I think of the game? It's pretty hard to make any kind of a judgment because it just started. It was 2 hours. It's just the intro of the game. I haven't even had any significant gameplay yet in the game. It's mostly just, introduction to what the game's going to be in the plot, right? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to more of that tonight. Keep in mind that will be a full playthrough that I will be doing on and off. It's not going to be full-time, meaning you won't see me playing it every single day, but it is going to be a focus of mine for the next few weeks as we head into April. The game is around 24 hours long, from what I'm to understand, and it is a Patron's Choice playthrough from January. So, yeah, pretty cool. Speaking of Patreon, I have an update. For those of you who were February patrons of mine, okay? As of last night, finally your perks have been processed, meaning I know there were some people waiting for forum upgrades and the like. They have now been processed. I apologize for that. My webmaster was actually quite busy, and it took me a couple days to reach him to let him know that I had all this information for him, to upgrade people. Finally got in contact with him, and that was all processed overnight. So, if you've been waiting, your forum account should now be upgraded if you were a $5 or more patron in February, and you can now start nominating the worst games ever for my upcoming Worst Games Ever Marathon in April, okay? So please check that out. It's already live on the forums. You should have already gotten a link to that on your Patreon PMs on patreon.com. All right, so check it out and get to nominating, because sooner rather than later, I'm going to be changing that nominations thread into a poll by which people will vote on what games will make it to the marathon. Okay? Fair enough? I had just took my first sip of the new V8 Energy Orange Pineapple drink, and that is quite tasty. It's a combination of sweet potato, carrot, apple, orange, and pineapple juices with green tea and some vegetables and other stuff. So basically, it's like a serving of fruit and vegetables that's good for you, along with some energy and other stuff. This is delicious. I like these energy drinks a lot. It's the second one I've tried. They are, in my opinion, they're just as good as Kickstarts, which I used to drink every day, but they're better for you. Very delicious. And no, that's not a paid advertisement. It's just something I tried from the local grocery store, and I'm liking it. I think this may be my new drink of choice during streaming. Okay? So we'll see. Anyway, that's totally unrelated. So Danganronpa, continuing later tonight, alright? So a good fun day full of gameplay for you here. Welcome everyone. I want to say thank you to everyone who's here already. We're going to get started shortly. Some positive stuff kind of going on behind the scenes. First of all, I have received new artwork for Teespring. And I'll be honest with everyone, Teespring has died down a little bit, which I fully expected it to happen. The first week that I had my Teespring going on, people went crazy. They look, wow, new designs, this looks awesome, and everyone ordered up. And then last weekend, I released a second wave of designs and got a few orders in on those designs. And now things have kind of dried up. It's been a couple days, haven't really had any activity on my Teespring. I mean, you can see some people are looking at it, but no one's really, buying anything, which is what happens. That's exactly what happens with something like this. Well, I've got 2 people who have submitted designs for Teespring, and one of them I paid for, actually, because the guy said, he would work on 4 completely separate designs, but he wanted to get money for his work, so to take some time. I said, okay, I'll toss you a few bucks. The other person already was doing it as a hobby and said, I will do this, already to help you out. So I got 2 completely separate sets of artwork, okay, that have been submitted to me. And it looks like I should have these in place. I'm probably going to be maybe once a week or 2 a week releasing new artworks on Teespring. So that way at least it keeps people going back to the shop once a week to check out the new stuff that's there. Okay. So yeah, pretty cool. And so I will have more information about that as we reach the weekend here. I now have full control of the shop, so I'm able to actually add things on the fly and create new product and stuff with these new designs. So I will have more info soon on that, on which designs I'll be adding to the shop. I think you will like some of the new stuff. One of them is actually pretty much, now that I'm thinking about it, every one of these designs is basically something long running, so my longtime viewers will pretty much enjoy them, including things that have to do with, for example, game bugs or glitches or rage quitting or my aversion to skeletons, that kind of stuff. I think people will really enjoy this new stuff for merchandise. So, yeah, it's pretty cool, and I'll have more info on that coming up. But anyway, I will now in the stream chat, for those of you who are here live, type in the Teespring command so you can check out my Teespring store. For those watching on YouTube, just check out the description of this video, and you will see the link right there to my Teespring. Give it a look. Good stuff. Now, I also, myself, have ordered a few products from Teespring. And what I want to do is obviously show these off in my streams and videos so you know exactly what the quality of the product is and what it looks like. Because maybe, it's one thing to see it in a shop online. Oh, okay. It's another thing to actually see a shirt on a person or to see a piece of merch like a mug being used. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going to have some stuff shortly. It's actually, I believe, one of the t-shirts is actually supposed to arrive tomorrow, and then the other one's supposed to arrive over the weekend. So once I have these, it'll be some of the stuff I'm wearing in my streams and videos, and you'll be able to see me wearing this stuff, and then you can decide for yourself if you like it and you want to go check it out. Okay? Fresh Jive TV says, I wish the store had pillows. They do. It does. Check it out. Check out the Teespring. It has pillows with the skull design. which is the most popular design on there. It's actually available in pillow form. So check it out if you have not yet. It is there. See what I mean? I wish it had pillows. There does have pillows. Just you haven't checked it out. You gotta check it out, dude. Alright. Very nice. In addition to all of that, I've got some other positive news kind of coming up. I don't really want to jump the gun on anything yet. I don't want to spoil anything or jump the gun. But let me put it this way. 2 weeks ago, things were really uncertain. I didn't know how things were going to happen. I didn't know if I was going to be able to keep doing YouTube and or live streaming as a job. My finances were in disarray. And not to say that they're not now, because they still are. But, boy, do things look a hell of a lot more positive right now. For example, the live streaming is going incredibly positive compared to, previously. People are showing up now for the streams every day, right? You guys are cheering, you guys are subbing, you guys are leaving tips, you guys are doing everything to allow me to be a popular streamer and be a successful streamer, and I appreciate that. I love having this hardcore viewership of guys and gals who are coming out every day and really enjoying my stuff. I really appreciate that, and I know that you like my new interactive style, okay? So thank you for that, all right? That's coming up. Some new big high-profile games like Mass Effect Andromeda and all that. I think it's going to be really hype around here, okay? So that's really cool. But in addition to that, I have been in this partnership, this new partnership, outside of Machinima now for about 3 to 4 days. And I don't know why, but for whatever reason, the ad revenue on DSPGaming went up. Now, it's not great. It's not what it used to be. But it actually went up from what I was having with Machinima. Does that mean that when I was with Machinima that they were not pulling in the higher earning ads as a network? And now that I'm with a new network, this network maybe has more clout and therefore I'm making more money overall on my videos? I don't know. I just find it kind of bizarre that I'm with a company now that I'm not a managed partnership, meaning I can't monetize Nintendo videos. Any of my videos that have licensed music, I'm not making any money on. Yet in 3 days, I'm making more money per day than I was with Machinima in the month of February. Figure that one out. There's no real logical explanation there. So, but I mean, it's positive. That's a great thing. I'm happy about that, certainly. You know what I mean? So, I don't know why that's happening, but I'm happy about it. And I'm hoping for upward momentum, especially with games like Mass Effect Andromeda coming up next week, the final Dark Souls 3 DLC, Persona 5. There's a lot of big, high-profile games coming out in the next few weeks that could potentially snag new viewership and get people engaged and excited again. Okay? So, fingers crossed, things keep going well with the streaming and with YouTube. Things could come together here in a big way and help me out, alright? Yeah, pretty cool. Also, I do want to throw this out there because I have not talked about it much. I have not been doing many, major plug segments here or anything on my pre-streams. But Patreon, I did announce a day ago, the Patreon goal for the month of March. There's now 2 weeks left in the month of March. Actually, it's 15 days, I believe, okay? 15 days left in the month of March. And if you pledge to my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, $5 or more by the end of this month, you will be getting in on a patrons-only Twitch and Chill event. So what that means is if you pledge $5 or more, you are guaranteed to get into a Jackbox Party Pack with me. I'm going to set it up privately so that I get all of your information on Twitch here and, get you into a session for sure. Oh, Marky117, thank you for the 10-bit cheer. He says there were 10 bits short earlier on his earlier cheer. Yeah, when I did these Twitch and Chill streams previously, people were kind of upset because they were trying to get into the matches over and over, and it wasn't working because somehow some people were getting into every match, and that's unfair. It's not fair when the same person gets into every single session I'm doing when you have a bunch of people watching and they all want to play. So, in this case, you have an opportunity as a patron to get in and participate. Okay, so I'm doing it basically the same way that I did my previous multiplayer sessions for the patrons. $5 pledge gets you in. You're guaranteed to get into at least one game. If I could get more than one game in, great. But I'm not promising any more than one game simply because I don't want to promise you something. If we end up getting a ton of patrons who want to participate, I want to make sure that time accounts for it. Okay. All right. So that is the patron goal for this month. Hopefully we hit it. Hopefully people are excited and they'll pledge because of it. All right. Outside of all that, the other thing I want to talk about, and I can't, again, I remember I said I don't want to jump the gun. There's some positive stuff going on behind the scenes right now in regards to myself. It's funny because isn't it funny how you get, when things are going well, you kind of get complacent. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I've been, is when things were going well and I was paying my bills and there was no issues. I was basically just kind of being complacent and not really caring about reaching outside of my own comfort zone of just making videos every day. Now, I'm not even gonna lie, I've been approached by several different companies in the past few weeks for sponsorship opportunities. Companies that are saying, no, dude, your channel has big reach, you know. I mean, yeah, sure, it's not huge. You're not gonna get 100,000 views on a video you make, but, you know, you get a few thousand views on your videos, and there's companies out there that would love to have that kind of opportunity to get that exposure. So there's a few things that I'm working on right now. A few things that I'm working on that could potentially turn into some fun stuff. Maybe a game playthrough or two that I wouldn't have normally done. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with everyone here, in talks with a few people who are trying to recruit me for certain things. Which is funny, because I never had these kind of opportunities before. And now all of a sudden, it's funny how this all happens. This all comes together. YouTube ad revenue starts plummeting. Machinima, it basically ends the partnership with me. And, I decided to go our separate ways. And now all of a sudden, all this other stuff is happening behind the scenes. So, I don't want to give you too many details because I don't want to jump the gun. And the next thing you know, it all falls through. It could all fall through any time and end up never happening. But it's cool to see that there's potential out there for a YouTuber like me who's been around the block to get different kinds of opportunities, sponsorships, and other things. So, I will have more information with you shortly when I have more concrete information about all this stuff, okay? I see some people in the stream chat saying, oh, Machinima ended the partnership with DSP. Well, listen, I will give you the full details of the story soon. I can't yet. KO Gaming is still partnered with Machinima until April. So until KO Gaming is out of the partnership with Machinima, I can't give you the exact details because basically it was a mutual thing. Let me put it that way. I think at this point, we were both sides were pretty unhappy with the situation and the way things were going. Although I am a more vocal person and I tend to speak up and speak my mind about things, while, these corporations kind of drag their feet and or don't say anything. It's kind of like passive aggressiveness when you really think about it, because, I'm unhappy. Here's why I'm unhappy. And then they really basically just kind of don't say anything, but then you don't know what's going on. So I'll give you the full details soon. I just can't yet. Okay. Can't give you the full story until KO Gaming is firmly out of this tie with Machinima. Then I'm freed up to tell you everything that happened so that you can get the full skinny, okay? So yeah, don't worry about it. It's nothing negative. By the way, it's nothing super negative. A lot of people are like, Phil's gonna throw Machinima under the bus. He's gonna kill those motherfuckers. No, I'm not. I've got, overall, my relationship with Machinima over the years was overall a positive one. I'm not going to ever throw them under the bus because finally, after a 6-year relationship, there's a falling out and, we both basically decided it was best to move on and move our separate ways. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to the story, okay? So, it's coming, but not yet. Not yet. It will happen eventually, but we got to get out of that partnership with Machinima before I do anything, okay? I know everyone's all antsy. Everyone wants everyone wants the dirt. They want the story, the drama. You know what I mean? I don't know why people are like that. I really don't care about this stuff. I don't. To me, it's like I'd rather just sit here and continue to do fun gameplay streams and videos, and I don't care about this shit. I don't. But a lot of people are just so into it, I don't know. The entire YouTube fucking channels are based around this drama and shit, as you know. I'm sure you know. Okay, folks. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say on the pre-stream. I will throw this out there. Wait a minute. I'm getting slew of... Oh, wow, I can't believe it. For the first day, I have not gotten a slew of content ID emails. I haven't gotten a slew of content ID match emails today yet. I thought for sure I was going to. I didn't get them yet. Wow. I'll probably get about 400 during the stream, though. Okay. So, yeah, excited. One thing, check out my girlfriend's business, The Black Currant. She sells handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts, but you all know that, right? You've all checked out The Black Currant already by now, right? If not, what are you waiting for? You should definitely check it out. High quality stuff. In fact, I'm taking a shower tonight, and I'll be using her soap. And now you can all fantasize about me rubbing handmade glycerin soaps around my Adonis-like, rippled, muscled body. Okay, even I can't get through that statement without laughing hysterically. Yeah, so check it out. There you go. It's The Black Currant. It was right there on your screen, the link. One final thing. I am going to be saying this for the next couple weeks because it is true. Right now, sadly, right now, in the immediate time frame of the present, financially, I'm in a bad place because in January and February, ad revenue on YouTube was terrible for me. So this is the money I usually use to pay my bills, and it is, like, abysmal, non-existent. And to the point where I am having a lot of problems paying my bills right now. So if you are watching the stream, okay, and today you're going to decide to either, gee, how am I gonna, I'm gonna, you know, maybe throw some bits or whatever. If you could either pledge to my Patreon or, excuse me, if you could do some tips during the stream, those would be the preferred methods in the present, okay, for you to possibly help me out, all right? Because why? Because I get that money right away. Or Teespring, by the way, as well, if you buy something from Teespring. So either Teespring, Patreon, or giving me a tip, all those things help me right now, and I'll be able to pay my bills. Now, listen, I am incredibly appreciative to those of you who've subbed to the channel and who are using bits to cheer. That's awesome. That's cool, because in 2 months, when all that clears, because that's a 2-month wait period for me to get that, I'll be good. In May, I get the feeling things are going to be really positive around here between the increased ad revenue I'm getting on YouTube now and the streaming turning out to be profitable every day. I think May is going to be a cool month, right? But for now, real talk, I kind of need that immediate help. I have to get to May without going freaking crazy here and going bankrupt. So, please, if you have the option to choose, how would you like to participate in the stream today and help out? I would say either Patreon, Teespring, or tips. If you want to know how to do tips, just look directly below the stream, and right there on my Twitch page, there's a section for tips. Click on that, it brings you to the page, and you can either tip anonymously, or you could leave a message if you want. It's up to you. Totally up to you, okay? Alright. Thank you, folks. I appreciate you being here. It is now time to start with the 4 hours of Zelda gameplay, alright? Thank you, folks, and let us begin. Back to Death Mountain. Yes, Death Mountain. Very excited to see how we do here. So, alright, let's do this.